my friends, and welcome to Practice English with Paul. Today's video is simple. It is used to versus would. Yes, it's time for some grammar. Now, used to is a very simple word which we use in English all the time. You will find it in elementary textbooks, pre-intermediate textbooks, and it gets a little bit more difficult when we start to use the word would. And I will explain both today, how they can be similar and different at the same time. So let's look at used to with the structure, the pronunciation and what it is, and then would. Okay? Firstly, used to is plus your infinitive. Affirmative sentence. I used to have hair. I used to have a car. I used to live in England. We have negative. I didn't used to have hair. I didn't used to have a car. I didn't used to live in England. But be careful here, my friends. Do you see this? I never used to. This is actually more common to say in English than didn't used to. So better, I never used to have hair. I never used to have a car. I never used to live in England. That's more common and it's better. Question. Did you used to have hair? Did you used to have a car? Did you used to live in England? Now, the form of used to is really easy, and that's why this is easy to teach, because it's only past simple. There is no present simple, there is no continuous form, there's no perfect or future, only past simple. Now, the pronunciation of this is very interesting. Now, we know the verb use, like it looks similar to this. I am using a pen to write. I am using a board. I am using a chair. But listen to the sound of the S. Using. Using. It's like Z. But here, I used to have hair. Used. It is more like S sound. And that's important. I used to have. Did you used? Okay? Now, we know how to form it. We know the pronunciation, but what is it? Very, very easy, very simple. Used to we use to talk about past states or past habits which are now finished. Something has changed. So I used to have hair, that's a past state, but something changed and now I have no hair. That's important. And also, there is no specific length of time. There is no specific length of time. You don't say used to plus a specific time word. I used to go to work on Thursday. Doesn't work. We need a more general time expression. When I was younger, I used to have hair. I used to live in England. There is sort of no time word here, but we understand it's for a period of time. Look at this example here. I used to go swimming every day last week. It doesn't work, it is wrong, because last week is specific, therefore we can't say used to. Better, I went swimming every day last week. Do you see the difference? Now, let's have a look at would. So my friends, let's have a look at would. Now, would is plus a bare infinitive. A bare infinitive is an infinitive without to, because would is a modal verb, and as we know, modal verbs are not plus to. Like should go, can go, must go, not must to go, would to go, can to go, there. Now, would and used to can both talk about the past, but there is a difference. When I was young, I used to sit in the park reading. Now I'm talking about a past habit because I'm using used to. When I was young, I would sit in the park reading. Now there is a difference. But I'm going to say this again to make it a bit more understandable. When I was young, I would sit in the park reading. Exactly. It gives an idea of nostalgia. So when we talk about the past using would for a period of time, it gives the idea of nostalgia. That's the difference. Now, This is where things become a bit problematic. When we talk about past states, we use used to, not would, never. For example, I used to have hair. I can't say, when I was younger, I would have hair. It's incorrect English, because it's a state. Similarly, I used to own a Volvo. Not, I would own a Volvo many years ago. It's bad English. Used to, because it's a state. Now, number 4, I've written here Cambridge exams. Now, why have I done that? Now, if you're doing an FCE or CAE, is it important to know the difference between these? Yes, it is. If you're doing a FCE, CAE or CPE use of English, like a part 1 or part 2, pay attention to the context. So for example, if the context is nostalgic, would is better than say used to. But again, you're only allowed one word anyway, so it's quite simple. But again, if you're doing your writing, make sure if you're being nostalgic, would, if you're talking about habits and states, used to. It kind of gives your English that extra special touch. It sounds better and more professional. Okay, so as you can see, used to and would, very, very simple, very easy to understand, but very effective. So I hope you liked that. I hope it was useful. Thumbs up, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.